Welcome to Tech Wells. We can see how investment can be for a startup, even for the investor that is investing in any startup. Join us every Friday, 12 p.m. West Africa time, as we discuss everything about startup investment in the world of blockchain, crypto, and fintech in Africa, only on Coin News Extra TV.
Afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from around the world. It is good morning over here in Lagos State, Nigeria. Is the program weekly blockchain and fintech panel discussion brought to you live on Coin News Extra TV. So this program is a very beautiful program. We invite innovators, stakeholders in the blockchain space. We are going to discuss about the issues surrounding this ecosystem, some of the major issues that have been trending in this ecosystem. So today is the season 3 of this show. We'll be running this show for 3 years now. So this is the first episode this year. So we're going to be looking at 2022 in view and the future of crypto and blockchain in this 2023. So we're going to be looking at some of the things that we experienced last year and how we could have avoided them and the way forward this year in this industry. So do well to follow CoinExtra across all our social media channels. We are broadcasting this show live across 4 channels, live on Facebook, live on Twitter, live on YouTube, and also on LinkedIn. So anywhere you are watching us from, do well to like this show, share it so that more people will get to know what is happening in this industry, because we know that information is a vital key to your acceleration in this ecosystem. So let me introduce our guests. We have 3 guests joining us today to have this conversation. We were able to get people from different regions to get their opinion on how 2022 was to them over their regions, and how their expectations are going to be this year. So let me welcome our guests. First there is Yerins Abraham. He is the CEO of Meta Art Africa. Also is Mohammed Tessa, CEO Singularity Finance, and also Head of Business Development, Flare Network. Also joining us is Priya Ratnam, CEO Avisa Games Guild, being represented by Dr. Vinisi Vijayan. So you are welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for it. Is my pleasure to be on this call. You're absolutely right. 2022 in very case of crypto, because we have seen one of the bearish market now, because we have seen as were also struggling because there were crypto space, especially the price of crypto, and this FTX exchange.
Okay, Dr. Vinis, sorry, I will go for a short break now. When we return, we'll continue with the conversation. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome to Tech Wells. We can see how investment can be for a startup, even for the investor that is investing in any startup. Join us every Friday, 12 p.m. West Africa time, as we discuss everything about startup investment in the world of blockchain, crypto, and fintech in Africa, only on Coin News Extra TV.
the Still Coin News Extra TV show. We are talking about 2022 in view and the future of cryptocurrency and blockchain this year, 2023. So it's our weekly show, blockchain and fintech panel discussion. So let me start with you. I guess some other guests are having some issues with network and they'll be connecting soon. Now, let me hear from you, Dr. Venice. How did the crypto and blockchain industry perform last year? We saw FTS crash and some other major headlines like the layoffs.
Yes, one of the most difficult here, and we have seen like a lot of challenges, FTX, when there's a Russia-Ukraine war in the crypto space, but had a belief in the power of blockchain technology. They have been consistently believing in it, and those being the year in this 2023 and a lot of profit because now we have slight positive moment have already started and very bullish on this. We are expecting. I cannot assure that this would be like bullish market starting at a slight trap bullish as well, go some down maybe sometime, but in the next couple of years for sure in a really bullish phase, especially concept who are into segment of cryptos like play to earn concept and DeFi concept have a definitely very positive impact because this is where the crypto industry is positive. So the growth of this industry and those people is definitely going to make really good profit.
That's very nice. Know last year was full of many challenges. We saw, first of all, earlier last year, we saw the challenge from Luna. Luna was the beginning of the challenges last year. So we saw the Luna crash. They had the Terra Luna crash and all the rest of them, which really affected the ecosystem so badly. And also, we were trying to recover from Luna. It took time to follow things up, and we saw the FTS crash. And also, another thing that followed was major layoffs. Brings me to next question that I have here. I don't know if Mohammed, are you there?
How are you?
Yeah, welcome to the show. I just want to hear from you. What would you say about major layoffs last year? What's your take on that? Seen as what happened last year?
Major hasn't been just blockchain space. You've seen major world multiple, and that you're going into a global recession, economic and the situation to multiple industries yet see our layoffs. So, and in multiple currencies around the world evaluated against the dollar. I think a slow turn in trade and so forth. And you've seen it was we have multiple companies so whatever, like new news who have announced them like the tens of thousands employees. So I think it's being and I'm hoping itself in 2020. I don't know what the outlook really that to our industry.
I didn't hear you clearly, Mohammed Tassa. Maybe you can check. I don't know if it is your network or your mic. Your voice wasn't that clear.
What did
Maybe you can check that.
you
Oh, your voice was breaking. So I don't know.
so hear me now, or
Yeah, it's better now.
so as I was saying, we're not just in space, we're a general theme around the industries and in different, and that's to be expected recession that the world is. So it doesn't continue on, but it's too it's too early how we're gonna rectify this.
Hello, I didn't
Lee, are
get
you?
that clearly. Maybe you can check your mic again. So you could just check your mic. Let me take Yeris. Are you with us? Yeris Abraham.
Yes, yes, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just want to get your take, seeing that you are a major player in the industry, coming from the NFT. What are some of the, as a startup founder, the challenges about FTS crash and the Luna crash? Are there things you think that should have been done to avert some of those crashes last year?
What? Yeah, last year. Well, the thing about crypto is this is the world we live in where you can't really predict all these things. There is always going to be ups and downs. I think the main thing anybody involved in the Web3 or NFT space will be more of concentrating on building a very strong utility based product you with Web3. In that way, it will be very good that if there's this unpredictability where things go down, you can survive that kind of market. And the FTS issue was not something that everybody predicted. Like, I remember seeing everyone on Forbes. There was this praise between the FTS CEO, the founder, and where I was kind of rooting for it, and everybody was enjoying it, and all of a sudden things just went to a particular way. So I feel like the main important thing or the main lesson to learn from this will be that you can't really control the market, you can't really control what comes and goes, but one thing that is consistent is if you have people or a community that is strong and uses whatever you use. There's platforms like OpenSea, MetaMask. They are still strong. They are still going hard because they have this, strong utility in the Web3 space. So I feel like that's something that we can take away from that. Have something, a utility, and whenever it goes up and down, you can keep going.
To get your input there, do you think regulations, if there were proper regulations last year, would we have um, experienced the crash?
Well, to an extent, we wouldn't, but at the same time, like I said earlier, we can't really 100% predict these things. Even if there's regulation, there have been crash in the non Web3 sector in forex and all. In traditional trading, there's been history of crashes, and of course, this part also have, like, good regulations and all, but at the same time, I think crashes are inevitable. You cannot really say 100% that regulation will prevent crashes, but to some extent it will have limited the amount, or last year was one very very crazy year for most people, so it maybe will have limited the amount, but for to say 100% that regulation will have avoided a crash will be, I don't think that is something that would have happened. I'm not sure.
Away from 2022, we've been able to look at some of the major things to highlight some of the major discussions last year. Let's move forward to this year. Let me hear from you, Dr. Vinix. Do you have some predictions of things you feel that will happen this year? Are we expecting to see a bright future this 2023?
Yes, of course. If you look into a long is going to be in a very very bright. If you are looking for short term profits, we can be 100. It will go up and down. That is the nature of asset class. So moving forward and the way before we are going to have the BTC half, we are expecting maybe by this year we can have a really good position, and then a lot of development, mass adoption done by different companies and adoption of cryptocurrencies will happen in a mass. This will rise, but
Difficulties hearing you. Sorry, your I don't know. Your line is dragging. We can't hear you clearly. So maybe you can check that out and come back. Do you see increasing regulations? Do you see regulators coming into the ecosystem more this year? Are you with us?
Are you speaking to me? Hearing?
Oh, I was thinking to Mohammed. I don't know if he's with us.
Can you
Okay,
hear me?
let's see. Let me hear from you, Yaris.
Hello.
Okay. So back. Should I answer the question? Or is that...
Yes, go ahead. Are we going to see
Yes.
more regulations this year?
I feel like yes. No, there is a very growing interest with crypto blockchain entirely. There is a lots of integrations going on right now, and you can see big companies trying to integrate, big companies like Google, big companies like Samsung, big companies everywhere. They're all looking to integrate. Twitter also. So at this rate, of course, there is the need for regulation. In an international level, at least for now, it's going to be slow and steady, but I feel like it's inevitable. Yeah, definitely. To 2023, we will be seeing some kind of regulations in some areas, and then eventually we will see. I'm thinking in the next 5-10 years, I think there will be a full regulation in the blockchain sector. But for now, we are seeing a steady growth, and because of the amount of people who are interested in the blockchain sector, we will definitely have regulations.
Very much sharing for that input. It's still Coin News Extra TV. You are watching weekly blockchain, fintech, and crypto panel discussion. So today we are talking about 2022 in view and the future of crypto this year, 2023. So I have several guests here. We are discussing on that. If you're just joining us, do well, and you have questions. For our audience, our guests, please do well to drop them on the comment section. And wherever you are watching from, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, any of the channels you're watching from, do well to drop your comment. We'll be able to take them when we get to the segment. So we go for a quick break. When we return, we continue with the conversation. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It's still a weekly blockchain and fintech panel discussion brought to you by Coin News Extra. So back to the conversation. Let's look at. Let me hear from Mohammed. I don't know if he's still there. Mohammed, are you there? Hello, Mohammed. Okay, Venice, are you with us?
Yes,
Okay, okay. Let me hear from you. What new innovations are we going to be seeing in the crypto blockchain industry that will shape it? We see the emergence of ChatGPT. What way other things are we going to be seeing in the industry?
if I look into this, technology has a tremendous potential. It has been used, like when internet time. So there were very few limits for that. So it was been used for very people were thinking that internet can be used for, but now after several years of each and every aspect of our life. Similarly, blockchain, very vast technology which can have numerous applications and numerous possible business ideas. When coin came into existence way back, almost nobody might have even thought about NFT towers or these type of concepts, but something new has been always
Really,
coming
the future now.
like this. Yeah, DeFi or some, maybe in the coming future also applications where blockchain be solving some of the existing life, and definitely that will find space. And as our friend was mentioned, use case would be something really interesting. Couple of years we have seen a lot of these arts, paintings, or music, or just a collection, and doesn't actually have in the next range of expecting to see NFTs with real use. We can, like as you were discussing about any assets, whether it's those, that can be when this has a real use case happening. So we are expecting to solve this type of
Dr. Venice,
products as well.
Venice, your voice is dropping again. It's not clear again. Sorry. I have to cut you short there.
Okay.
We are not hearing you. I don't know, Mohammed, are you with us?
Really,
Can you hear us,
can you hear
Mohammed?
me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear
I
you.
can.
Let me hear from you. The last time your network was dropping. What are some of the challenges you think the blockchain and crypto space are likely going to face this 2023? Are there some challenges you see?
I think it's just uh, the market really uh, after like the I think how people and so forth shows that more attuned to to devise entity and it with the actual forth, and it's not the technology. So I think that was a hurdle that I think the whole industry got rest of the world, and I think next year it's gonna be market, and I was something that had and it's not out of hype. It will be
I can't hear you. Sorry, Mohammed, your network and your voice is drawing. We can't hear you clearly. So sorry about that. Maybe you can check that out. I have to cut you short. I can't hear you clearly. Is not your line is not clear. So maybe you can check that out. Let me move to earrings, Abraham. Earrings. Or how do you see the increased interest in NFT, seeing that you have background in the NFT and metaverse ecosystem? How do you see the interest and adoption of NFT going to shape the future of the art world and also collectible market? How do you see the future?
Yeah. It's promising. That's what I will say. That's my first word. It's very, very promising. Well, when NFT came, when the idea of non-fungible tokens was, it was more of like collectibles where people will, there was this excitement around collectibles, art collectibles, and there wasn't much story behind it or much utility, but just the fact that we could use this blockchain technology and, with the help of cryptocurrency to buy these NFTs was something that was exciting. And, since last year, there's been a drop with this excitement. And but that hasn't limited the utility itself or the growth in innovation with NFTs. So, when the excitement went down, people were like, you know what, in order to create or to make sure that we sustain this new technology or we sustain NFT itself, we have to create utility around it and create a good product or a good story behind each NFTs. And now people are even going to the next stage where it's not even about just collectibles anymore. People use NFTs as ledgers. People use NFTs as recording items. People use NFTs as tickets. People use NFTs as certificates. People use NFTs for transportation. People use NFTs to document things. So yeah, so like now it's for us as people to build and grow in this technology with this technology. So yes, I of course, just the same way people say, cryptocurrency when it came, people will say it's all about I don't know, maybe I call it a pyramid scheme or just a get quick scheme. Of course, there is an aspect of it that is like that, but it's bigger than that, and that's why it's been able to last this long. The fact that we could transport money, did that easily and all, and same thing with NFTs too. The fact that it's not just about collectibles or just putting money in there and your money doubles and all. It's about this real life that we are living. The this blockchain technology, which is NFTs, can build valuable products for us, and that is the most important thing. So it's very, very promising. There are people that are doing amazing things. There are people that are being very, very innovative, building very amazing tools. So I am very excited, and I'm very excited for the future of NFTs. Yeah.
Yarins, about the NFT and metaverse, most especially the NFT, we see that there are a lot of opportunities there, and many people don't really have knowledge about it. How do you think the industry should go about it in educating people more about NFT and this industry?
Well, I had this question with someone, or I answered this question. I had this question with a journalist, I think, a few days back. And, one thing personally, the best way I learn is by actually using something. An example is I never went to computers, I never studied computer science, but I know how to program. And how did I learn how to program? I remember before I even had interest in like programming something, I tried like downloading books or buying books or just watching videos, but it seemed a little bit tedious for me. So what I did was I just had an idea to build an app, and that app, while building the app, I started learning how to build, like I started learning how to program. So I had to just start. I had to start building before I learned, because if I was like, you know what, let me learn everything about programming before I start building something, it will be tedious. I won't have that motivation. So let's go back to NFTs. So most people are see blockchain and NFT as one kind of very complicated technology that they don't want to you know associate with. And even most people in the sector try to keep this technology or make it look like with the different words, with the terminologies and all that. So I feel like if you want to build something, or if you want to learn about, or if you want people, if you want to teach people about NFTs, create a utility that these people use on a daily basis. So an example is, if you want to teach an event organizer how to build, how about NFTs and all, how about you tell him that, hey, you know what, all the events that you'll be organizing, how about people buy these tickets in blockchain? That way he will learn how to integrate what he knows with blockchain, and the learning process will be easier for him because this is something he knows how to do. Same thing with a teacher, same thing with, in every sector there is a way you can integrate NFTs to their own this thing. So it's by just trying to figure out what you do or what you are interested in, and then you learn, you associate what you're interested in with NFTs, and that will motivate you to learn more. But if it's just to sit down and learn everything about NFT, because every day new terminologies are coming, new ideas are coming, and if you don't have a specific area that you are very, very passionate about, you might lose interest at the end of the day. So if I teach you everything about NFTs today, and in 2 months you don't apply it to your daily life, you forget it. So, but if you're doing something, or if this is something you are doing on a daily basis, it will keep coming up. Of course, the beginning might be a little bit tedious because you're starting to learn. So I think that's the best way. Yeah.
Of our guests are having some network issues. And also time is not on our side too. So let me get your remarks and some recommendations.
Okay. So my closing remark will be that blockchain is here to stay. NFTs, Web3 is something that is here to stay. There is a huge potential for it. As an African, what I'll tell my fellow Africans will be that they should not just be audiences or users of this platform. They should emulate the habit of building and creating utilities with this new technology. And yeah, I feel like that is what I would say. In general, I'd like to thank you for having me into your program. This has been great, and I look forward to more conversations. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And also thank you, our audience that took our time to joining us today on the show. I believe you learned something. Today is the first episode for the season 3 of this show. That's a weekly blockchain and fintech panel discussion. So today we looked at the 2022 in view and the future of crypto and blockchain this year, 2023. So we had our amazing guests just wrapping it up. Here is Abraham, CEO Meta Art Africa. We also had Mohammed Tassel, CEO Singularity Finance, and also Head of Business Development, Flare Networks. And also Priya, who was represented by Dr. Venice. Nice conversation. I've been your host, Liu Chamaheri. So we'll be coming your way again next week with another discussion and other guests. So stay tuned and also tune in always to Coin News Extra TV to stay up to date whatever that is happening in this industry of blockchain, fintech, and crypto. And also do well to follow us across all our social media handles at Coin News Extra TV. Thank you very much and see you next week. Bye for now.